Hi everybody, so today I'm going to do a review of my Schuyler Quentel. This is a New King James version in the navy blue calfskin. You may have seen my unboxing, and Schuyler's come in these nice looking black boxes with the Jerusalem cross. Tells us here that it is the Quentel New King James navy blue calfskin, and on the opposite end it just simply says Schuyler Bibles. But nice looking box. Classy looking box. It's nice to be able to protect your Bibles when you are not using them. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Bible itself. So I've had a few weeks to use this one, and I absolutely love it. So real quick, the dimensions on this, we have 9 3/4 inches tall, 6 5/8 inches wide, and this one is 1 5/8 inches thick. So you can see here that we do have 3 ribbons. They are in a navy blue. They're a 7mm ribbon. We've got really nice gold gilding. This is an art gilding, so it is a blue under gold. You can kind of see a little bit of the blue there, but you'll see it a little bit better here in just a moment. So just a beautiful Bible. I absolutely love it. So again, this one is in the calfskin leather. So you can see how nice that grain is on this. And we've got the Jerusalem cross, which I think just looks great. But I really like the look of the grain on this cover. I think it looks fantastic. We do have a perimeter stitching all the way around the perimeter, which looks very, very nice. And on this spine, I love the look of the spine on this. So we've got Holy Bible, New King James Version, and the Schuyler logo with the Jerusalem cross. And we have these beautiful raised ribs, which just look great. They're nice and pronounced. They're not real big, but I mean, they're definitely pronounced. You can see those very well. Just looks great. The back is just simply the calfskin, nothing on the back of it. But I absolutely love this Bible. It's got a vinyl paste down liner that is done very well. You can see that it is the calfskin leather, and I was told that these lay flatter than the goat skins. I'm not sure can't recall what the reasoning was as far as what I was told on it. I haven't had a goat skin one, so I'm not sure. We do have 4 pages of just a thick white cardstock in the front, same in the back. There you can see that art gilding, the blue under gold. The paper in this is a 36 GSM, so it's got a very nice feel to it. But the thing that is my favorite out of this Bible is the font. So this is an 11-point Milo font. So it is very, very readable. I mean, it just looks fantastic. You can see there how easy it is to read. It's not a super dark print, but it's not so light that it bothers me. I do like that they have the chapters and the book up top here in the red. We've also got all the chapter numbers in red. And then they've got all the cross references down below. They make it easy to find because all of these verses are done with the red. So I do like the way that they did that. I think that looks nice. And it doesn't clutter up the text with that being down on the bottom. But just a great size font. I mean, that is so clear. You really don't get any ghosting except for in the spots where there's no text on the other side of the page. And a lot of times that'll look a little bit better if you just pull that page away from the other one. So you can see the text really well, but you can see the ghosting around that. It is line matched. This Bible has a 9mm yap. It does have 3 ribbons, as we saw when we were looking at the page edges. These are a 7mm ribbon. They are done in a navy blue. I believe they're Beresford ribbons. I'm not 100% sure, but they do have a very nice feel to them. But they are thinner because they're just those 7mm. But that blue with the blue cover and that art gilding in the blue, I think that looks really good together. And again, there is 3 of those ribbons. This one is just black letters, so there is not going to be any red letter in the New Testament. It's all just going to be black, which is completely fine. This has 60,000 plus cross references, so you're going to get a lot of cross references down in the bottom here. And in the back here we do have a decent sized concordance. I really like how they have the words in red and then also the book and the chapter and verses in red. So that does look really nice. The only thing about the concordance that I don't really like is you can see right there how small this font is against that 11-point Milo font. So a lot of people like these because of the nice font size, and then this concordance, the print is just really, really tiny. So I've got my little printout from allbibles.com. I don't know if you've ever seen these, but as long as you set it to the actual size when you go to print it out, it'll tell you what the font sizes are. So as you can see there, it is smaller than that 6-point font as far as the print in black. So I think that maybe the red letters might possibly be in a 6-point, but it's very, very small. In fact, next to me here I've got my little Pit Minion. So I'm going to show you the comparison because I know a lot of you guys are very familiar with the Pit Minion. They're a very popular little compact Bible. So let's get that over there so that you can see it right next to it, provided I can get a hold of it, that is. Alright, so on the right there we've got the text from our Pit Minion, which is like 6.75 to 7, and you can see how much smaller this print is. So I don't know why they went with such a small print. I would much rather have had them have maybe 25, 30 more pages in a concordance. I don't know how many pages are in this. I didn't really look. But I would rather have more pages in the concordance and have it be a bigger print than have it be so small. Even though I don't use a concordance a lot, it is nice to have one, and I mean that's the thickness of the entire concordance, so I mean even if it was double that thickness, that's not going to add a whole lot to the thickness of the Bible. So I would have liked to have seen that be a little bit larger. Then we've got our maps. They do have very nice maps. I like the paper that they have it on. It's not that thick, shiny cardstock like a lot of Bibles have. We have our little index. Well, actually, I don't know whether you'd call that an index or a table of contents for the maps. But the maps they are very nicely done. They look great. All in full color. And in just one moment here, I'll show you the only thing that I would have liked to have seen different in the maps. This one here is really neat. This is a nice timeline. So this one here is pretty unique. But just beautiful full color maps. This one here is pretty neat. This one is the Ministry of Jesus. So you've got a lot of information on here. And that one's a really neat one. Just an all-around beautiful, beautiful Bible. I have really, really enjoyed this one. And then we've got our index to the maps, and again that is in pretty small print. So let me show you that against that concordance. So again, that's pretty small. And there's only, so you got one page front and back, and then this half page. So basically 2.5 pages, to where they could have made this a bigger font and maybe had 5 pages. I don't think anybody's going to squawk that their Bible is 3 or 4 pages more thick to have the font sizes bigger. And we've got those 4 cardstock pages in the back, and then just right back down to that paste off liner. The grain on this is just absolutely beautiful. But I did want to show you one thing that I kind of wish they would do differently on the maps, and I'm going to show you an example here in my R.L. Allen KJV long primer. This one is a KJV. I absolutely love this Bible. Been reading out of both of these recently, and I just love both of these. This one here was a gift to me, and I absolutely love it. So the person that's watching this, if he sees this, the person that gave this to me, I love this thing. So on this page here, so we have got this is essentially one map split into 2 pages. But the way that they split this, it makes it to where all these little towns along the edges here, makes it to where you can see those and they're not tucked down in the gutter. Whereas in this one here, where they're not separated, you can kind of see that there's quite a few little places that are pretty well tucked down in there. It's kind of hard to get them on the camera where you can really see them. But can't even really tell what the one says. It's tucked down in there. So had they done it like this and separated them, you would definitely be able to see that a lot easier. So I think it's this one here that is right there, right in front of my finger, and you can barely kind of see it. So, I mean, it's a gorgeous, beautiful map, but I would love to see them separate them like on this one here. That'd make it just a lot easier to see. There is one other 2-page spread of a map that's the info's kind of tucked down in there. So I mean, it's certainly not a deal breaker for me, but I mean, kind of the same sort of thing there where stuff kind of gets tucked down in there. But it's still just a gorgeous map. This binding does lay really flat. We're right in the very back of the Bible there. Sorry about my hand getting in the way there. I'm going to try to flip this and get right into the beginning of the text. So I mean, we're right in the preface, and that is laying very, very flat. And I have not worked with this one too much, so I still need to break this one in, but lays nice and flat. It's not going to be as flexible as a goat skin. I mean, you're not going to roll this one up in a tortilla, but I still wouldn't even if I had a goat skin one. And so it is still quite flexible. Let me get a hold of it here and show you. So, still pretty flexible. But just a very nicely done Bible. I really do enjoy reading out of this one. The text, I mean, it's very easy to read. I mean, I would love it to be just a hair darker, but I like a dark print in a Bible. Some people really don't, but it's very easy to read because of that font size. Show you kind of the difference in the shade of the print versus this long primer. So, I mean, I don't know if it was darker if you would see a lot more ghosting or not, but I just kind of like a dark print. But I do really love this Bible. I certainly would definitely buy it again. I would get it in other translations as well. Just a very nice Bible. And that blue under gold art gilding. I mean, that just looks fantastic. I love the look of that. Looks so good. Just a very nice, easy to hold. I love the size of this Bible. It's not too big. I think it's just kind of a perfect size. But it's just very nice looking. I love everything about it. I wouldn't trade it. Alright, so again, this has been the Schuyler New King James in the Quentel series. And this one is the navy blue calfskin. Alright, thanks for watching. Have a great day.